But let me guess, you were one of the niggas that was scared of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It never struck fear in my heart like it did for y'all, for me. Unless it was night, maybe. But I was never like terrified of this, like, y'all. Y'all. Pussy.
When growing up, one thing we as kids loved doing was watching TV. Getting up early to watch Saturday morning cartoons, or late at night to watch whatever was playing. These cartoons gave us dreams, expectations, and most of all, permanent memories. Though, some shows push the boundaries, causing us to remember the more disturbing side of said cartoon. Today, we will be talking about
I wasn't scared of no shows, they was just boring. Yeah, Courage was weird to me. It wasn't scary. Maybe I just didn't watch the right episode at the right time.
At 5 p.m. PST, we will be doing a live Q&A on my Discord server, so you can join and ask.
You ain't 14. How am I not 14? You never heard of a fucking rerun?
I also want to say that this video is heavily inspired.
That's how I seen That's So Raven rerun.
His link is down in the description. Make sure to go subscribe to him.
I used to watch Blame It on George, where people react to him all the time.
Because I know he invites a bunch of YouTubers to narrate for his videos. But yeah, go subscribe to him. I love him. Also, this list is in no particular order. It's just the ones I wrote down.
Nigga, act like he never heard of a rerun. Like, come on.
Grab a drink and let's get started with the video.
Come on, bro.
Pingu's Dream. Pingu was a Swiss-British stop-motion.
Bro, I always see this on TikTok as a meme. That nigga's a meme.
1987. Like, the main character is a
I ain't had cable
Pingu,
in so long.
In the South.
We on Amazon sticks. Them hoes is jailbroken. I'm joking. That's illegal. That's a joke.
Along with his family
we don't do legal.
The show aired on BBC Children's
paid subscriptions,
and episodes averaged 5 minutes in length. Today, we will be talking about season 1.
I remember these on TV.
Pingu's Dream. The episode starts off as normal, nothing out of the ordinary. Pingu's mom is reading him a bedtime story, and Pingu begins to drift away to sleep. He wakes up to the sound of his igloo jumping, and before you know it, the igloo flies away. Then his bed extends its legs, and it begins walking. The camera cuts to this creepy walrus watching Pingu in his bed go about their day. Not to mention,
you know, you know. If you know, you know.
It just gives you some uneasy feeling.
Hey,
what's up with things in
God of War
being creepy?
Hey, I got God of War, but I pay for my
the
I pay for
just watching Pingu. Eventually, the walrus.
We don't let them know about that.
And you know how the directors made this already creepy character make his introduction to children?
We don't let them know about that. I learned about it from fuck slugs and chat. I don't indulge in that.
It's clear to see that the walrus is supposed to have this like goofy personality that finds everything funny and just.
Where's the volume good? I keep checking. I can't tell.
The walrus begins messing with Pingu and eats his bed, all while nonstop laughing. Pingu in his bed begins.
I don't know about that for real. I really don't know what that is.
It was actually pretty cool.
Now he talking about some other shit. I don't know what he's talking about. Get this nigga.
The episode ends with Pingu crying and his mother consulting him. Yes. That's how this episode ends.
Volume check. Volume check.
But this was actually the season finale. This episode was highly controversial and was eventually banned from television due to the giant walrus being too scary and unsettling for many young viewers. The creator Omar Gummin actually used the same walrus model in a German short film he made years prior. This caught me off guard because the voice he used for the walrus is so unexpected. Here, I'll just play the clip.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
bro, if this came on TV, I would have lost my mind. I would have probably.
Blue Cat.
You know how they talk about niggas killing themselves because they read a manga? After you hear that, you're fucking off yourself.
Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry need no introduction. I'm 100%
free content.
Sure
I don't know what he's talking about.
Exactly who these two
I pay for everything I own.
About Tom's love for
I get everything legally.
The video begins with a quote by Jerry.
I have an honest living at Dairy Queen. I serve Blizzard, drop fries.
Jerry's narrator while watching.
I'll piss in your drink.
Tracks, patiently waiting for the train to come by. The quote is,
"Great employee,
Tom. In a few minutes, it'll all be over. And for the first time,
he's trying to kill himself.
He'll be happy. Poor, miserable, lovesick creature.
Don't try to kill himself.
People will say I should have helped him. I know. But it's better this way. Talk about a kid.
I'm a sack chaser.
Throughout the episode, we see just how much Tom is in love with this cat and how he is overthrown by another cat by the name of Mr. Butch. The cat with more money, more gifts, a better car. Tom resorts to drinking milk, which in this episode is a substitute for alcohol. Tom is seen sliding down a gutter until Jerry saves him. They get splashed by some water and come to find out it's Mr. Butch and
the only reason I know about this episode is because the corny videos, the AMVs, and they put some sad music over it. and it shows him getting his bitch taken him on train tracks. It's just like the Bart Simpson videos.
Riding away in his car with a just married sign. After this, the same
extra
thing
white sauce in my blizzard and put mayo on my fries.
Jerry brings himself
I'm serving everyone but you.
Sits next to Tom and both
go to Burger King, nigga. Have it your way.
Ends with a haunting horn
fuck
of a
you.
Train.
Don't come to my Dairy Queen. They both killed themselves.
This episode was banned by Cartoon Network and Boomerang due to its references to alcohol and. Also, I just want to clear up a common misconception.
And what? What did you say? What did he say?
Finale to
what happened?
It's not. Man's best friend, Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy ran on Nickelodeon from 1991 to 1996 and focused on a sociopathic chihuahua and a clueless cat. This show got away with so much shit, it's actually scary. Season 2, episode 4 opens up with a man by the name of George Liquor adopting Ren and Stimpy at a pet store. Once he takes them home, he puts them through a
volume check. Is the volume good? Are we good? Are we good? Respond now. Respond now. You have 2 seconds. We good. My voice not too loud? Alright.
A bunch of rigorous tasks to see if they can keep up with how he wants his ideal pets to act. In one scene, he forces Stimpy to get on his couch so that he can learn how to be quote-unquote disciplined and, well, just watch.
Hey, dickhead. Look, he turned into a dickhead. Jesus. Why is he so
I have no idea how
demonic?
Let the show air in the first place. Eventually, George says that his pets need to learn how to attack. So he puts on this padded bite suit, and Stimpy is reluctant due to him being his owner. Ren, on the other hand, takes full advantage of this and begins beating the ever-living shit out of George with a paddle. So much so that George's head does a full 360 and a right eyeball falls out of its socket. Ren continues on his cartoon and just doesn't stop beating this man to a pulp. It even shows George with X's for eyes, and we all know what that means.
They did that in all
cartoons. It's still quite disturbing to add that little detail. But the disturbing parts of this episode don't end there. George climbs out of his suit,
my parents
like a maniac, and
we used to watch it as a
Ren
family.
A
what a shit cartoon.
All 3 characters
L
dancing.
Family.
Yeah. Now this episode actually never ended up airing on Nickelodeon.
Out of all the cartoons, it could have been a Flintstones, Family Guy.
But this episode
Ren and
was moved to Ren and
Stimpy.
Stimpy
Come on.
Adult Party cartoon, and that show was basically a revival of the original, except with very sexual. It was just a very sexual show. I mean, if the creator went from making a kids show and turning that kids show into a sexual, I mean, I guess you can see where his mind was. Anyway, we could tell that this creator was trying to go with this dark humor, but it just ended up being super creepy for kids, and it was not the right move. Teeth for Two, Cat Dog. Cat Dog ran for 7 years on Nickelodeon from 1998 to 2005. You may recognize Dog's voice.
I like this show.
Kenny, SpongeBob's voice actor. Teeth for Two.
I watched it randomly if it was on. Never put it on willingly.
Something, the other one feels it. Except it revolves around teeth. Look, I hate the dentist already. Yes, I do go, but just the fact that there's drills in your mouth. Pause. Nah, bro. I just hate everything about the dentist.
Drills in your mouth.
The dentist tells them that the food they eat affects the other's teeth, resulting in Cat's teeth to become brown and withered.
Jesus.
Cat tries to convince Dog to start eating healthy, but then turns into a battle, seeing who can do more damage to the other's teeth. Cat chews on ice, and Dog chews on foil. Later that night, Dog is asleep, and Cat attempts to brush his teeth. He is unable to do so because of all the food in his mouth. So what's the next best option? That's right. Traveling inside of their own body to come out as an inside-out cat out of Dog's
what? Bro. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Dog screams of horror and swallows Cat back down to where he's supposed to be.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
End up getting food allergies from all the junk.
Rocco with R. Jesus Christ.
Trying to brush a dog's teeth.
That's for kids? We just see the fucking
and
cat.
Hilarious problem. The Misadventures of Flapjack.
Skinned alive.
Flapjack was another show that
come out of dog's
so much
mouth.
Disturbing shit. Personally, as a kid, I loved it just because it was so gross and
Rocco
I
was
it
cool.
So funny back in the day. I remember pausing it at those funny.
Never I put on.
Of, like,
That's what SpongeBob was doing.
Anyway, season 2, episode 4 is Knuckles'
Flapjack was fire.
This episode is about
I
addiction.
love Flapjack.
More specifically, Knuckles' addiction to candy, which has the effects of alcohol, from feeling warm and happy, angry at the world, to depression. The next morning, after Knuckles ingests a bunch of candy, Flapjack realizes that Knuckles has become addicted to the candy, so much so that he hallucinates, sees Flapjack as a lollipop, and tries eating him. Next, Knuckles begins manipulating Flapjack and tells him that he's just fine and he can trust him. Though this only leads to 2 candy rampages where he steals from homes, babies, and a gumball machine. Then we go to this depressing scene showing just how this candy addiction
Perks got him fucked up.
Getting kicked out of the candy
that ain't
bar,
out.
being used as a
That ain't
doormat,
that
and
act.
taking any bit of candy he can get, even if it's from a stranger's
That
mouth.
nigga getting used as a carpet, man. I bet y'all can shit on his chest. He'll take whatever he can get. Jesus.
Bubby decides to send Knuckles off to isolation on a piece of the boardwalk into the
That
sea.
looked like one of them
Knuckles
fiends.
begins hallucinating and imagines a giant Flapjack putting his arms inside of his mouth and vomiting
In front of the
candy
liquor
into it.
store. God damn. Ugh.
Very dark episode if you think about it, especially seeing just how bad the effects of candy have left
Chowder?
Knuckles. I really
Chowder
like the
was-
episode though.
yeah,
It really
he was
makes you
cool.
aware of just how bad alcohol or any addiction can be. Earth Mover, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond released in 1999 and aired on Cartoon Network and WB Kids. Today we're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 15, aka Earth Mover. We start with this teenage girl by the name of Jackie hanging with her friends, one of which is Terry McGinnis, aka the Batman after the original Bruce Wayne Batman. She explains that she's been feeling like she was followed and watched by someone. Soon after that, Terry sees a mysterious figure outside through the window. A chase begins, but the figure isn't caught. The next day, Jackie's adopted father gives all 3 of them a ride, but first he says he
The adopted dad
that
is
being
the
a piece
creep.
of land he plans on buying
100%.
and placing a factory on. An earthquake happens.
bad.
and
Nigga,
there's
how
another
old are
fight
you?
scene.
Ain't you
After
like
this,
29?
Bill, her adopted
Shut up.
father, explains that he thinks it
I
might
call
be
the feds
Jackie's
on
real
you.
father looking for him. He tells the story from many years ago, and while he was trying to dump toxic waste into an abandoned mine
that's
shaft,
freak
the
nigga.
wire pulling up the container got stuck on a piece of wood and resulted in the entire mine shaft collapsing in on itself. Jackie's father was at the bottom and ended up being crushed
he
by the
sometimes
debris. Not only
survived.
that, but was covered by
Oh,
the
he
toxic
did.
waste. Everyone assumed that he died
got
instantly,
powers.
and Bill felt so bad that he ended up adopting Jackie, who was
That
only
nigga
a
turned
kid at
into
the
a
time.
sewage
Fast forward into
plant.
the episode, and the Earth Mover has trapped both Jackie and Bill underground. During this scene, Jackie finds out what her father actually looks like, and, well...
Because he's destroyed. Look. Oh
So
my.
like the text was saying, I can't say too much due to a copyright claim, but
Oh my
basically,
God.
Jackie's horrified seeing that this is her father.
That nigga
I
look
mean,
like
who wouldn't?
Stephen
Look at the way they
Hawkins.
drew it. Yeah, that's basically the
God
scene in a
damn.
nutshell. I mean, even listen to that voice. It sounds like he's struggling to get his words out. He seems to think that Bill betrayed him and left him to die
Jeez,
so that
no
he
one
didn't have to split the
betrays
revenue
you.
with
Look
his
at
partner.
you.
He also sees Bill adopting Jackie as her getting stolen from him. Imagine accidentally dying and then the friend that accidentally
Nigga,
killed
I'm
you
16.
adopts your daughter. Bro, eventually, Batman swoops in and saves the day. The episode ends with this very dark
Nigga, I'm
quote.
14. I ain't saying nothing.
He's not your father. Not really. He's a ghost.
Nigga, he's a corpse. He's bones with rotten
Bruce
flesh.
Master
He ain't
P,
shit.
Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty aired from 2006.
Mr. Bro, I used to watch this. I used to like this show. I used to like the show, but it was nasty. It was nasty. Like, looked like dude got herpes to the left. He looked like he got monkeypox and shit.
2009 and was canceled due to a mix of low ratings and
I used to like
criticism
this
from
show.
adults and vegetarians who protested against the show. Honestly, the show was very lucky it even lasted 3 years considering how ugly all of the characters were. The show followed fast food workers Josh and Parker through their
like the
odd
nigga from
adventures.
SpongeBob
Season 1
when they
episode 6
chocolate.
begins with Parker and quote-unquote mooching
In the
off of
wheelchair.
everyone and eating their food. Josh gets annoyed and tricks
Just
him
a
into eating
fucking
a raw
brain
patty.
stain.
Then weird things start happening. Like
Look
all
like
the
a
food
loose-
Parker is
like
about
a
to
fucking
bite out of
dingleberry
disappear.
hanging out your
Josh
ass.
records it with a camcorder and slows down the footage. Then we see that a giant tapeworm is living inside of Parker.
I remember this.
They decide to get rid of the tapeworm the only way they know how, fishing it out of Parker's stomach. They do end up
Slightly.
taking it out, and an Australian
Slightly.
man comes by and says he'll buy it for his zoo. Though he doesn't take it to the zoo. Instead, he swallows
Eats
it
it.
whole in front of
He
him.
swallowed. I knew it.
Come on in.
And says she tickles on the way down.
That's a dick sucker for real. That's a real authentic dick
King
sucker.
Ramsay's Curse /
I ain't never seen this show.
Courage Past. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Look, I'm 14. I seen it. Ain't no way you ain't seen it.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. I could go on and on about all the creepy monsters,
nightmares
throughout in the entirety of the series, but I want to mention the one that stuck with me the most, and that's King Ramsay's Curse. In this episode, Eustace does not want to return a historical slab because he hears on the news that it's worth $1 million. A person from the museum it belongs to comes over to take it back and offers Eustace a tote bag. Really, my guy? I'm pretty sure you could legally get it back for free. Then the door gets slammed on him. When it becomes nighttime, they hear a creak at the door and check outside. Then we get King Ramses, who just keeps repeating, "Return the slab or suffer my curse."
Return the slab.
This what you niggas are scared of?
The slab or suffer my curse.
It's just
bro, this is what you niggas are scared of?
Also, it's a 3D model and
what?
3D animated show. There's so many instances of
this.
just plain creepy stuff in this cartoon, but that's what gave it
I can
charm.
tell if that scene was playing and you waking up like at 2 a.m. and you just see that, like, I guess. Yeah, that's creepy. Look at that.
Like the horror genre.
What the fuck is that?
Shout out to Courage the Cowardly Dog for that. I also want to talk about another episode called Remembrance of Courage Past, which is actually
that shit was not scary. Exactly, nigga was scared.
This episode is about Courage's parents, which sadly got taken away from him at an early age due to an evil veterinarian. This veterinarian puts Courage's parents in a rocket ship, and Courage can't do anything because he's just a pup. While being chased, Courage hops into the garbage disposal and escapes. He watches as his parents
but there's a lot of scary shit, like when you wake up at 2 a.m., bro. 2 a.m. you on the couch. They turned the light off on you. You accidentally fell asleep on the couch. They left these weird ass shows on. Of course it's gonna be creepy. I can understand that.
Goodbye. We see how Courage is adopted by Muriel and why she decides to name him Courage. Meanwhile, in the present day, the same thing is about to happen to Muriel and Eustace, but luckily, Courage is able to save the day and send the veterinarian to space this time. In space, he finds himself with all the other dogs he has experimented on.
And Courage's parents?
Courage's parents. Those two episodes never left my mind. I think about those episodes.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go back and watch, especially when my favorite cartoon was SpongeBob. That's the best cartoon series on Earth, on the planet, in the universe, in the Milky Way, and Andromeda. Fuck around with you.
Jurassic Park, Futurama. This is a little bonus I'm throwing in. The reason I'm throwing this in as a bonus is because bro,
I didn't even like the show like that. I like All Grown Up and the movie, the Rugrats movie, when they was in a dinosaur in the river or some shit. I love that movie.
And 2, I don't think this episode traumatized anyone.
The show was cool, but I like All Grown Up.
If you're a fan of Futurama, you already know what I'm talking about. This episode, Jurassic Park, was the hardest one to rewatch for me. This episode is about Fry's old dog from 1997 named Seymour. In case you guys don't know, Futurama takes place in the year 3000, with Fry being the only person from the year 2000, since he accidentally fell into a cryogenic chamber on New Year's Day. Anyway, Fry finds Seymour as a fossil in a museum, where he then takes home to the professor. The professor explains that he can actually bring back Seymour with new technology, and so Fry begins getting ready for Seymour's return. This includes a doggy bed, a collar, and some chew toys. When the professor is ready to bring back Seymour, Bender throws his body into a pit of lava because he's jealous that Fry will have a new best friend. We get a flashback of Seymour doing everything in his power to find Fry. Seymour eventually finds Fry, but no one in the lab notices that Fry is in there. Even his parents, who go to pick up Seymour. Talk about frustration. Anyway, Bender jumps into the lava pit and retrieves Seymour's body. Seymour didn't burn.
My nigga, he's covered in molten lava.
The professor finds out that Seymour actually lived his full lifespan of 15 years, 12 years after Fry's disappearance. So Fry decides not to bring him back simply because he doubts Seymour even remembers him, and he probably moved on with another family. But wait,
he was only for 3 years.
We, the audience, get a
bro, what? Hello?
And he probably
this nigga muted the vid randomly while he was talking. Bro, shit like this as a kid will make me cry, bro. Seeing something sit there waiting for you for this long, like the dog movie at the train stop, that shit made me cry as a kid. I can't lie. That shit made me cry as a grown man too. That's copyright, I'm guessing. That's sad, bro. This is like a real story. A dog did that with a
was
train
actually
stop,
nominated for an
waiting
Emmy
for his
in
owner to
2003,
come back,
which,
but they
you know,
died.
that's just how good the episode was. Sadly, it did not win the
Well,
Emmy. The Simpsons beat it out, which is also made
That shit
by
make a
Matt
grown
Groening,
man
so
cry.
Matt Groening, good on you. Yeah, this episode tore my heart out
Oh
when
God, I
watched
would
it.
cry to watch shit. You still cry
I
now.
hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make
That
sure
shit
to leave
make
a
a
like
grown
and
man
make sure to
cry.
subscribe to
So
the
imagine
channel.
what it'll
We're
do to
almost
me.
at 200,000 subscribers. Make sure to
I'm
go
a
follow
bitch.
me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter. Go subscribe to my second channel. Join the Discord server because we're going to be talking later today. And even if you're watching this video on the day that I didn't upload it, it's okay. Sometimes I join the voice channels and I just talk to you guys when I'm bored. You'll get guaranteed sneak peeks on my channel
video.
membership. So if you want to join that for $1
Great
or
video, man.
$1.99, be my guest. We also got merch. I'm just going to promote that since saying everything. My next video will be TikTok Iceberg Part 3 with a special co-host. Part 3 is the finale, so we're gonna end off the series with number 3, and you guys are gonna love her, so make sure to stay tuned, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys next time I upload.
Great video, man. Great video. Awesome content, Brady. I mean, Tough. I don't know this nigga name. I'm gonna like it, of course. Not like my like means anything. Great video, great content. Love it.